Man, right about now, I'm feeling very insecure.
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
Good evening, and welcome to the dopest Fed on YouTube with your host, Vega.
And this one starts off with more than just a wee bit of controversy, to say the least. What am I talking about? This is security cam footage gathered about an hour ago of simultaneous attacks being perpetrated against the number one contender for the Frequency Women's Championship, Bad Girl Jill, along with the current champion, Nurse Red. Both ladies have been rushed off to the nearest medical facility, and we eagerly await an update on both of those ladies' condition. Godspeed on their return. And since we're already kicking it off like this, I figure we might as well watch some dudes punch the crap out of each other. Anyhow, 6-man tag team action in our opener. Next, Isaac Mercer and his newly found friends, the Misfits, go up against Gary Gamer and the Atari Brothers. Next on Yo Whoop Ass Wednesday, as we go a little something like this. Hit it! Hit it! Hit it! Hit it! Hit it! Hit it!
We have a situation.
The following
What's up?
contest is scheduled for one
Strain didn't
making his way
flip.
to the ring.
Oh no, everything's all cool off in here, man. Everything right as rain. What do you mean?
Things ain't been right since Earl ain't been around.
Are you seriously gonna hit me with the Vic Fire Earl thing right now, Cletus?
Now I know that switch is around here somewhere. Ah, found it.
What in the hell was that, man?
Me exercising my emotional intelligence. Cause I miss my buddy Earl.
Oh no, man. I'm talking about why was my monitor showing me something totally different than what was happening, man.
And that's why I miss him. He was always on top of things like that.
No, I understand you upset about Earl and all that, so I got a way to fix that. Check this. We just gonna run a poll in the community tab and let the audience weigh in on this. But no, I'm talking real ish, man. We might have ourselves a saboteur on board here somewhere. I mean, all these odd things keep on happening or whatnot.
Yeah, and why does security seem to not be around when we need them?
Kind of like the real 5-0, huh? Anyway, we get ready to count down to do this. I think our technical difficulties have been niched. Ain't that right, Cletus? All right, we right as rain. We get ready to get into this. And eager Ramel Saka awaiting this one to go down, and she kind of let the cat out of the bag because we have to bump up the Barrett Taylor versus Marianne Watson matchup due to let's just say some technical difficulties that you'll probably get to see later on in the live stream. Anyhow, these two out of the Cyrus division set to go head to head here in matchup number 2. Matchup number 1 underway due to
This is a DJ
a
Soul Search
setback,
production.
but we're back on track, baby.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Portland, Oregon, Barrett Taylor.
Last time we saw this young lady in the championship matchup back on my birthday bash, last month on the 9th. And as you see right there, she does not rock the current hardware, so she must have came up short, right? Either that, or this is a championship ladder match and she is the champion. No, she didn't win. She got her butt kicked by Becca Sue. Ain't nobody getting that belt from her anytime soon. But one competitor that's itching her way up the ladder is right here. Yeah, over a month after that monolithic beating she gave to Ziza in that cage match, Marianne Watson, a well-deserved break after a performance like that. And if you're new to the channel on this one right here is, her backstory is she was brought over from 22 and she has spent an entire 2 years on the roster and didn't even have a match. It just goes to show you the boatloads of talent that we have here on this roster. And if you don't make an immediate impact, you just might get buried. But fortunately, we behind the scenes working on that too, so won't nobody get buried in the future. All right, party people in the building as we watch Ramel watching what is going on as she has a stake in this one. And the VegaVerse is asking the question, what in the hell was this? And what did it mean? As it went down on Diva Detonation a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, but it sparked Ramel to be here even though she is not on the card for tonight's action. So it must be somewhat serious, at least in the mind of Ramel Saka. Blood rushing to the head of Barrett Taylor as she slammed down by Marianne Watson. Marianne Watson, very impressive. As I think back at that cage matchup at Monolithic. You know I got a thing with women in cage matches. I love it. Cage matches, Hell in a Cell matches, Elimination Chamber matches. Get them confined. It's guaranteed it's going to be a divine treat. Barrett Taylor trying to mount her dominance. Waking up after the slumber she was going through earlier on in the matchup. And has now seen a little fire underneath her as she whips Marianne Watson out of the ring. And Marianne taking her time slow too. Wait a minute, hold up. Underneath the apron, we got us a good old sledgehammer in this contest. And unlike everybody else here on Frequency, she actually got to use hers, even if it was for one stroke, defying the things that actually go down here as Barrett Taylor switching the tide in her favor and now goes in on Marianne Watson with that sledgehammer. What, she got about like 3 strokes in. Definition, ain't nobody feeling that hammer here tonight in Evansville. Speaking of Evansville, the stuff that I saw on the footage that we're going to reveal to you later is that Gary Gamer was acting a damn fool. Anyhow, the ladies made their way back into the ring, and it's business as usual as Marianne hits Barrett Taylor with a pedigree whip for a count, only a 1 count, and the match continues. And Marianne setting her up one more again for that blood-rushing power slam suplex, whatever the heck it was. It looks painful, and it looks like it'll disorient you. due to the fact that you got your spaghetti sauce going to your head. A flip into a pinfall on Barrett Taylor for Marianne Watson. And like that in your first bout, Marianne over Barrett Taylor here in Evansville. Keeping herself above 500 in the process, she jumps to 5 wins and 3 losses. A prime candidate for that Sirens Women's Championship currently being held by Becca Sue. Check this, we got a double dose of Diva for you as we have a All Diva Tag Team matchup next on Yo Whoop Ass Wednesday.
My name is Clayton, and this is Rapping Gas. And it seems like they picked up a new partner in crime, Isaac Mercer. And the question around VegaVille is, what would Jill do? As she has said nothing about her family's sudden turn for the worse. But we do have our man on the scene investigating this situation, and when we find out something, we'll let you know. My name is Claytus, and this is another episode of Grappling Gossip. And as always, enjoy the rest of the live stream.
The Alliance Zone Tag Team Champions, the Misfits. At a combined weight of 313 pounds, the Blood Brothers.
This is Quincy Kareem, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vegas Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
Alright, welcome back everybody. I got rid of the intros on this one. Ready to get some action going, constantly. We've already had enough mayhem to kick this one off anyhow. Dorothy Disarray and Kivana Rossetti going up against Lordy Samrod and Dina Belladonna here in matchup number 3, but officially matchup number 2. Anxiety nowhere in the building and no reports as to why she is absent. And since we had disarray on the card, why not team her up with somebody she don't like to see what the hell's gonna happen? As Rossetti going for a cover on Samrod, only a 1 count, as Belladonna is there to break it up. Rossetti, former Devil's Blood champion. She-Devils champion, excuse me. Has not been in competition since a tag team up back in March with Barrett Taylor. And in regards to the other team of Sarah and Belladonna, they have not been in action since late February as a tandem. In fact, the only one that has been on the card in the past month or so has been Dorothy Disarray, with her appearance at Monolithic in that epic triple threat tornado tag team matchup. And by the way, it's still playing on the channel, so check it out when you get a chance. As this one has slowed down to a grueling pace. As you can tell right there, as Samurai going to work on the arms of Rossetti long enough to tag in Belladonna. And she comes in with some thunderous stomps to the chesticles of Rossetti, who desperately needs to tag in her partner at the moment. She needs a breather, or she's gonna louse this up and lose it for her and her partner. Tag made, and Lordy is back in too. Continue with the beat down on Rossetti. As stated before, she's been in here the vote of the matchup and desperately needs to go and tag Dorothy Disarray in. And she does, as Sam Rad is capping. And we get our first appearance in this matchup by Dorothy Disarray, who comes in and absolutely floors Samrod, and now is setting her up and chunks her outside of the ropes. Check it. We get ready to go to a commercial, non-commercial break, and we will be back with the conclusion of this one here on Yo Whoop Ass Wednesday. Everything changed in an instant. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the scene that happened moments ago. Dorothy Disarray disbanded from her temporary alliance with Kivana Rossetti, leaving her to fight this one out all by her lonesome, so this one has morphed its way into a handicap match as we keep this one going. But I'm going to say I have all the confidence and faith in the world in Miss Rossetti, as she defeated 3 other women in a fatal 4-way matchup back last year to obtain the She Devils title. So she is no stranger to fighting multiple competitors. And she's going to have a tough task in these 2 newcomers trying to make themselves a name for themselves here. Dirty Deeds by Kivana, and she goes for a pinfall. Something went wrong. I don't know, it was poor positioning or Belladonna breaking it up, but it distracts Kivana long enough for her to get hit by a driver from Samrad. And like that, y'all, this one is over with, done. Handicap match won by Samrad and Belladonna. And just like that, temporary alliance abandoned, a loss to boot. We get ready to get set for our next contest, Drewy against Terry Tony. A cruiserweight battle next on Whoop Ass Wednesday. And why these guys so chatty? I smell a rat. Anyhow, Evansville, we about to kick it live and real here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at 181 pounds, Drew E. Clark.
Yeah, Drewy, the #1 contender for the BLM Cruiserweight Championship. About 3 weeks ago, he put down Terry Tony in a one-on-one confrontation. And the question around a VegaVille is Drewy inside of the head of Terry Tony? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we are going to have a very entertaining contest here.
Full Search Production.
There's your champion right there, Mr.
And his
Terry
opponent
Tony.
from Sweetwater, Texas, weighing in at 178 pounds, the Alliance Zone Cruiserweight Champion, Terry Tony.
Yeah, he won that thing back at Chaos Confined. And the last time he was out, let's just say that we'll talk about it later on in the matchup. You know how them Showboat Soul superstars are. They love to win. And they love to tell you how they do it. But oh, if they lose, it's a different story. Keep that in mind as we make our way into this one, and these two get ready to lock it up. And still no word on the condition of Isaac Mercer, Bad Girl Jill, or Nurse Red here tonight. All right, Evansville. Terry Tony got the joint jumping. Let's see how loud you can get, damn it. As the champion comes out right and takes the first strike. And as I was talking about, Terry Tony lost that bout between him and Drewy. He didn't take it so well. Is he going to get himself some get back here tonight? I don't know, but that Spanish Fly might have something to say about it. Along with a moonsault as he goes for a cover on Drewy on the A1 count. And the bout continues. Evansville kind of hype here tonight. And I thank you for attending. And I'm getting word in the earpiece from Cletus that they have deciphered some tape. Or so I said they got a better camera angle on the action that went down earlier while we had to go to a break due to our technical difficulties. But yeah, Cletus on the spot, and he's upset that we didn't bring Earl over, his trusty sidekick. And I devised a way for us to see what is going on with Earl. I like Cletus just the way that he is. I don't want to. I'm kind of self-conscious on the people that I brought over. Now, mind you, some of them are like, you know, look like they faced an evolution, but Ramel Saka, she did not look like the one that I had on my other game, so I'm kind of skeptical about her. We up to a 9 count on Drewy. Hold on a second, Terry Tony with a cheap count out victory. But I guess a win is a win is a win, huh? Anyhow, we get ready and we get set for matchup number 4. Here are your whoop-ass Wednesday. Hold on a second, Barrett Taylor and Ramel getting into it at the vending machine. Or maybe it's words of encouragement for their matchup next week here on Whoop Ass Wednesday. break, I stepped away and had a chat with the Atari brothers trying to find one Gary Gamer. The mission is to locate and interrogate this young man, try to figure out what has him going and why he did what he did earlier on in the live stream. Still, the footage of that incident is being deciphered. And also no word on Red, Jill, or Isaac Mercer for that fact. At this point, man, I feel like giving up, man. I feel like I've lost all control. Wait a minute. Who is this? It's the voice of VegaVille, Little Maddie Chatterbox, recently acquired to the Frequency non-ring personnel squad. And you've heard her get down before on the Hit the Like promo. All the way from somewhere in Kansas. She's a DEI hire.
What's up, VegaVille? Let's cut the fluff and get right into it. We're kicking things off with some merch news. Brand new official t-shirts for Alley Cat and Kid Psycho just dropped. You can cop yours right now at www.kcsazone.com/zombienation. Rep the Furious Furry and the Psychotic One in style. Next, a huge thank you to all 101 of our subscribers. Whether you're a first-timer or a ride or die, we see you. Keep that energy rolling. Subscribe now to Vic Vegas Game Station. You know what to do. Let's talk big events. Fixius, May 30th at high noon. The stage is set, so set your bell notifications to not miss this one. Now let's talk next week's card, because the fire is already lit. Keva Okoye, the She-Devils champion, takes on Marcela Morocco. Plus Ray Saka, the Mad Hood champion, steps into the ring with Chief Miosho. All of it going down on Whoop Ass Wednesday, now starting at 6 p.m. Central. They'll be late. That's all the business. VegaVille, you've been updated now. Do what you do best. And hit the like. Man.
There she is, Vega Villains, our voice of VegaVille, Maddie Chatterbox, and outside of botching up Kaiva Okoye's name, she did all right for her first time. Anyhow,
That thing is happening again.
what are you talking about, man? The screen is the thumbnail, man. I'm doing all right here. What you talking about?
I'm looking at somebody in a black hood jumping on little Maddie Chatterbox.
Again? Another attack? Security. Wait, what am I talking about? Security ain't even on the premises. Oh, now they show up. Security is in the building and is about to throw out whatever the heck is going on. I can't see anything. Cletus, get to the break. Thank you for staying tuned in to the channel and glued into the action as we proceed to give you what you need in regards to digital wrestling entertainment. And the question as this graphic right here flies, will this conversation have any bearing on the outcome of our next contest? Let's all find out together, yo.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 200 pounds, the Brown Maniac!
Yeah, the Brown Maniac Maniac coming in at 2 wins, 3 losses. And is making quite a name for himself as he has been in numerous championship matches. And has come up just a wee bit short in obtaining a championship. Maybe that look on his face at the end of that segment was a look of that I would define as seizing the opportunity. He looked more focused than worried.
And his opponent from Santa Fe, New Mexico, weighing in at 210 pounds, the Alliance Zone Fighting Dragon Champion, Juan Van Dam.
Yeah, our New Devil's Blood champion. JVD in the building, 1 win, 3 losses, the sole victory that he's claiming. Ending in him having that belt right there. That's one way to get your first win pinned on the board, ain't it? A championship match. Which would make that long victory the most important one, correct? JVD here, Evansville, your Devil's Blood champion in effect here. Matchup number 1 going against the Brown Maniac. As we go a little something like that. And the Brown Maniac comes out first with a kick to the face of JVD. As I was stating earlier on, the Brown Maniac has been in many championship matchups that were right there held back on my birthday. And you see, he was one of the last 3 standing out of 6 competitors. And not to mention that epic battle with Quincy Kareem at Yellow Brick Brawl. Still playing on YouTube, by the way. So he's come up close, but no cigar. And need I remind you that this is always a Beat My Champ challenge. If you or your tag team get in a matchup and happen to be one of my champions, that means you will be booked in a championship matchup with said champion in the future. And JVD is feeling some of that pressure to not let the Brown Maniac have a shot at this title. And the Brown Maniac dominating at this point of the matchup. And JVD better wake up, or he's going to be facing this guy in a championship match. Only a 1 count. As the bout continues, it's been all Brown Maniac thus far in this matchup. Well, you know how it is. In frequency fashion, the script flips, but only for a blip. As the Brown Maniac once again flooring JVD and manhandling the champion. Do I see life? Inverted DDT. And now he's suspending the Brown Maniac and dropping him to the earth, and follows up with a moonsault. JVD finally at the party. After such a lengthy period of him doing absolutely nothing. But every time I get to yapping, they do something magical also. So, is it possible for me to keep my mouth shut through an entire matchup? It's a catch-22 for your boy as we going back into the ring. And JVD is taken to the skies on the Brown Maniac. Does he have the distance? Yes! He lands. And another one to follow on the Brown Maniac, the champion. A dose of second win, and the frog splash on the Brown Maniac as he goes for the cover. And just like that in matchup number 4, JVD over the Brown Maniac.
Here is your winner,
One man in with a victory here in Evansville, Indiana. As we march along to our main event, Uvani versus Olivia Emerson next on your Whoop Ass Wednesday. Still no word of Isaac Mercer's condition.
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
This is Mitch Fade, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vegas Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here because these two ladies cannot stand each other. As you see right there with a punch to the face from Olivia to the face of Uvani. These two simply cannot stand each other. Back in April, Olivia Emerson had just picked herself up a fresh victory over Beverly O'Bannon. And Uvani came and crashed the party. One way to spoil a victory party, if you know what I mean, especially via Kendo Stick. And ever since these two have been going back and forth, in fact, Uvani holding a victory over Olivia Emerson, which is making this rivalry a tad bit more interesting. Thank you for tuning in if you've been rocking with us at this point. If you are just tapping into this point of the live stream, pay your toll by hitting the like, share, and sub button. It's free, so stop your fronting. As the giant Uvani coming down on the testicles of Olivia Emerson and going for a pinfall. Only a 2 count almost put the feisty Olivia Emerson up out of this one. And will claim dominance in this rivalry at 2-0. Full Nelson back suplex. And Uvani is straight up decimating, dominating, destroying Olivia Emerson at this point. Might as well go ahead and finish her off with the beating that you laying down on her. Why prolong it? But then again, this theater right here, which is this disdain between these two divas, is very entertaining indeed. As a giant Uvani with a driver on Olivia Emerson. And the feisty mouth. Olivia is getting one put down on her at the moment. But a second win out of nowhere. And a punch lands on the giant. And it looks like Olivia is going to do something finally in this matchup. Kick to the gut and a roundhouse to follow to the head of Uvani, who hops right back up to get some more. And gets her head banged in the corner. And now Olivia has switched this one over in her favor as she comes with a big boot to the grill of the giant Uvani, who's acting like she don't want no parts of Olivia. But I don't think she's done, party people. What's she about to do? Olivia about to fly and kick Uvani in the face. And this has spilled to the outside. where everything out here hurts 10 times worse than just staying you're behind in the ring. As Olivia amping up the frequency in Evansville, Giovanni comes back with a counter. And now I'm wishing, or shall I say, I bet Olivia is wishing that she would have stayed where the soft stuff was, which is behind those ring ropes. And speaking of such, we are soon to be headed back in. Giovanni utilizing a couple of seconds to get a breather and walk right into a punch from Olivia. As she goes to put an ender on this one, only a 2 count. And Olivia in set her up, knock him down position as she waiting on Giovanni to rise up so she can hit her with the high knee and go for the cover on her.
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
And just like, my bad. And just like that, y'all, it is a wrap. Giovanni defeated by Olivia Emerson. A little show of respect. Alright, what a class act by Giovanni after dumping 1 to Olivia Emerson. Stay tuned. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I got you. Hold on a second. Giovanni back in there with a kendo stick. So much for your show of respect. To follow it up with a show of disrespect. Alright, Cletus has just informed me that somebody wants to meet me in my office. And I'll be back after this promo block to let you know what I find out. It could be good news on the condition of Isaac Mercer. Who knows? Stay tuned and we'll all find out together. Peace.
Are you ready to step into the ring and make your mark in digital wrestling? Don't miss this opportunity to be part of something big, something groundbreaking. Join us on this thrilling journey where every match is a step closer to your dreams. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Then step up, sign up, and show the world what you're made of. Sign up now at KCSA.com/roster spots. The spotlight awaits. Once again, that's KCSA.com/roster spots.
This is Real Talk Rita, and we are having a sale. Today's likes are free, so do our channel a solid and hit the like man.
That was me during a break having a conversation with the Funky OGs on the status of Isaac Mercer.
Hey, Vic.
And while we are on the subject of that,
Hey, Vic.
yeah, Cletus, what do you want, man?
We have deciphered the tapes.
Oh, word? Cletus, my man. Anyhow, y'all, we have decoded the tapes from earlier, apparently, and Cletus have sent them to me, so here it is for you for we get into these clips. I'm pretty sure that they are graphic in nature, so brace yourself as we show for the first time the footage of the 2 attacks that went down earlier on in the live stream. anybody knowing the whereabouts of Gary Gamer or either one of these, one or two alleged hooded assailants, hit us up at kcsazone@gmail.com. Drop us some information on this matter so we can help solve this case. Anyhow, getting back to subject. Simon briefed me on the condition of Isaac Mercer, and that condition is that, oh, screw it.
Weighing in at 194 pounds, Funky Dr. Sinister.
I will let the good doctor tell you in the flesh. Simon requested an audience so he can personally brief VegaVille on the status of Isaac Mercer. And he's coming to do that now. And I ain't talk bad about my elders, but earlier on in that meeting, I swear I smelt a hint of alcohol. Who knows? Maybe they've been working with formaldehyde or rubbing alcohol, right? Nothing to be concerned of, is it? Anyhow, we getting ready and we getting set for the status of Isaac Mercer.
This is to you, Isaac Mercer.
Something wrong with him.
Never mind if I've been drinking or not.
I thought I smelled bourbon earlier.
But I diagnosed and cleared you over an hour ago.
What?
In fact, I did it 5 minutes after the attack. You've been okay all night, which means you probably scared to face Gary Gamer.
Yo!
In my estimation, son, that makes you a coward.
The doc calling out Mercer. Invoke his name and he shall appear. Isaac Mercer, looking fit as a fiddle and in a foul mood to boot. What is this conversation going to bring? We'll find out when we get back from this brief. Non-commercial, commercial break.
This is Kivana Rossetti, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vegas Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
Hey, that Mad Hood Championship would hold on out of nowhere, Saka with a counter and a kick to the face, and just like that, right, Saka is our brand new Mad Hood Champion.
Here is the winner, and new Extreme Alliance Zone Men's Champion, Ray Akamoto.
This is Maddie Chatterbox encouraging you to hit the like man. They're only free $99. So once again, hit the like button to help our channel grow.
Mercer gave the doc a fist full of fury before he could violate the doctor-patient confidentiality clause. Out of left field, blindsiding Mercer is Gary Gamer. Simon playing a role of innocent onlooker. This has his name written all over it. The trap has been sprung, and Gary Gamer taking advantage of his hometown crowd here in Evansville. Very uncharacteristic of Gary Gamer, usually mild-mannered, but that's not the case here tonight. He absolutely has disdain for Isaac Mercer. Hold on a second. The Misfits are coming out to the rescue of their buddy, so it is defined. Isaac Mercer is a member of the Misfits. As the trio of the male Misfits maul Gary Gamer. Wait a minute, the Atari brothers rushing the ring. I am glad I told these two to hang out and stick with tonight's festivities. Mayhem manifesting here in Evansville. VegaVille, we'll see you next week.